Hello, my dear students! Здравствуйте, мои дорогие студенты! Меня зовут Veronika. My name is Veronika, and I am your professional Russian teacher. И я ваш профессиональный преподаватель русского языка. And today, at this Russian lesson, I would like to talk about one very interesting thing about Russian grammar, of course. And yeah, I would like to talk about unusual Russian, very Russian verbs. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you learn Russian quite a long time, and if you are already a little bit fluent in speaking Russian, of course, you understand that I'm talking about Russian reflexive verbs. They are quite surprising for foreigners, especially for English-speaking people, because, yeah, maybe you have the concept, kinda, very foggy concept of something similar in English, but how we conjugate these verbs, how we use them, this material is very surprising for foreigners. So this and my next lesson will be only about Russian reflexive verbs. So today, for this Russian lesson, I chose the verb учиться. Учиться, it means to study. So I will show you how to conjugate this verb in present tense and how to form the past tense of the Russian verb учиться. Of course, after each conjugated form, I will make an example so you can understand how this difficult Russian grammar works in a context, yeah? I think that this is a very helpful method for Russian learners. And next, my next lesson will be about 100 or maybe 70 Russian reflexive verbs for beginners that you definitely need to know if you want to speak Russian well, yeah? So right now, let's start our Russian lesson, and I will show you how to conjugate the verb учиться. So here, about this verb, we need to talk a little bit about meaning and about cases. First of all, we have in Russian many different verbs with many different prefixes and even suffixes that are kinda relied to the idea of learning or studying. So just be very careful. After the verb изучать, it means to learn or to study, you need to use accusative case and object. For example, я изучаю английский язык. Я изучаю английский язык. It means I learn English, right? But then, if you want to specify where you study, if you want to talk about location, then you need to use учиться. Yeah? For example, Джон учится в университете. Джон учится в университете. John studies in university. So after учиться, normally you need to use prepositional case, yeah? And the preposition в and на depends what are you talking about, yeah? If you talk about place or event, for example, yeah? Okay, yeah, so now we discussed cases and meanings of these two very similar verbs, and then now I know that this postfix ся that stands in the end of the verb учиться is very confusing for foreigners, yeah? So infinitive, you know that учиться, it is infinitive. Now let's start to conjugate this verb. I study would be я учусь. Я учусь. And now let's make an example. Я учусь в университете. Я учусь в университете. I study in university. This is just an example. I'm already 30 and I don't study anymore. I've graduated from Moscow State University, Lomonosov Moscow State University, the best university in Russia, in 2014, quite a long time ago. Yeah. Now let's make another example with ты. So you study in singular form would be ты учишься. Ты учишься. So here again you need to be super careful because we changed the stress. Just listen. I will say infinitive and then conjugated form of I and conjugated form of you. Just listen how the Russian stress works, how it changes. Учиться. Я учусь. Ты учишься. So you see, all different places, yeah? Okay, now let's make an example with ты. Ты учишься очень хорошо и быстро. Ты учишься очень хорошо и быстро. It means you study very well and fast. So this is the second type where you can use the word учиться. So there are two types. In the first type, that is more popular in Russian language, you need to use prepositional case. If you talk about location, yeah, study where. But then also in Russian you can say study how, yeah. So okay, I hope you understand. Now let's talk about the third person singular, yeah. Okay, so here we have a choice. You can talk about он, he, or она, she, yeah. So but the form is the same. Он учится. Он учится. He studies, yeah. So let's make an example. Он учится в большой группе. Он учится в большой группе. He studies in a big group. Yeah. Now let's talk about she, of course. Она учится. Она учится. She studies. Она учится лучше всех в классе. Она учится лучше всех в классе. I would translate this Russian sentence as she is the best student in the classroom or in the class, yeah? But literally the translation is she studies better than all other students, yeah? I'm lost in this translation, sorry. Yeah, then now let's talk about мы. We will talk about plural forms, yeah? So we study would be мы учимся. Мы учимся. Okay? And here is the example. Мы учимся в маленькой школе. Мы учимся в маленькой школе. It means we study in a small school. Yeah? Of course, now we will talk about another personal pronoun in Russian language, and this is вы. As I usually say, here in Russian we have two different types of you. So we have singular form, ты. This we use for our family members, for people we love and like, yeah, for our lovers, for example, also for our friends, and for colleagues if we are in good relationship and we know each other quite well, yeah, not very official situation. And also we can use the form ты. Also if we talk about, if we talk with, no, if we talk to a person of the same age and of the same social status, yeah, you can use in these situations ты. But then, if you want to use вы, you need to be a little bit careful and you need to talk about some different things about age. So if the person is much older than you need to use the form вы, even if it is only one person, yeah? Then you need to talk about the social status. So, for example, if you are in police office or at doctor's office or any authority office, yeah, where the social status is very important and high, even if a person you talk to is younger than you should use the form вы, only вы, yeah? So, yeah, if you want to show your respect and to underline somebody's high social status, you need to use вы. And then another type of вы is, of course, if you talk to many people. For example, you see many students or you see a group of people and you talk to all of them, you need to say вы. Okay, let me know if you have this differentiation in your native language, in your mother tongue, or you just have one form like you in English, okay? So now let's return to our conjugation. So how to make in Russian language this form you study, I mean plural form or formal form, yeah? Вы учитесь. Вы учитесь. You study, okay? And here is the example. Вы учитесь в плохом институте. Вы учитесь в плохом институте. It means you study in a bad university. Okay, now let's make plural form, and the last for present tense is они. Они, they. So they study would be они учатся. Они учатся. Yeah, they study. And here is the example. Они учатся в частной академии. Они учатся в частной академии. They study in a private academy. Yeah. So I hope you understand, but the basic rule is very easy. So basically, So basically, if you talk about Russian grammatical rules, you need to know that we put ся suffix after consonants. For example, учатся, there is t in front of this postfix ся, and the учимся, there is m, another consonant, in front of this postfix ся. But then, if you have a vowel in front of this postfix, you need to use another postfix, s and soft sign. For example, УЧИТЬСЯ, there is е in front of this postfix, so it is a vowel, and you need to make s suffix, yeah? I hope you understand this. If no, let me know in the comments below and I will read them and answer, of course. And now let's try to make a past tense, yeah? I will show you how to form it in Russian language. This is quite similar because after any consonant you add ся, after any vowel, you add s with soft sign. Yeah, the same system, absolutely. So now let's try. So basically, in Russian language, we have 4 forms of past tense, but I almost always deliberately skip the neuter form because you will never use it or almost never. So I just say masculine form, feminine form and plural form in past tense, yeah? So let's make, first of all, masculine form. So it is учился, учился. It means studied, yeah? So you can use this with these pronouns in Russian language. Я, ты, он. Yeah, so you say я учился, ты учился, он учился. I hope you understand. And here is the example. Этот студент отлично учился у меня на курсах. Этот студент отлично учился у меня на курсах. So it means this student studied very well, like excellently, at my course. Yeah. I wonder if you have this form in English excellently, or I just invented it right now. Let me know in the comments below. And now let's talk, of course, about the feminine form. So feminine form would be училась, училась, studied, yeah? So this you can use with these three personal Russian pronouns. Oops, wait a second. So you can say я училась, ты училась, она училась, yeah? Okay, I hope you understand, and here is the example. Эта девушка училась здесь 5 лет назад. Эта девушка училась здесь 5 лет назад. Today it's very difficult to make this lesson. I don't know why. I am always distracted by something or someone. I'm sorry. And let's continue. Now we will talk about plural form. So plural would be учились, учились. So it means studied too, but we use this form with another personal pronouns in Russian. So this учились you can use with a personal pronoun мы учились, вы учились, они учились. Yeah, I hope you understand this. Here is the example. Студенты учились там очень давно. Студенты учились там очень давно. Students studied there a very long time ago. So I hope you understand how these tricky and scary Russian verbs that are reflexive verbs work in Russian language, and I would like to talk a little now about Russian cognates. So УЧИТьСЯ, here is the root уч, very short and funny Russian root. And here are some cognates that I would like to discuss. So first of all, изучать means to learn what, and then you need to use an object. You remember I was talking about this in the beginning of this Russian lesson. Then another word is учеба, учеба. It is kind of studies or the process of studying, учеба. Another word is наука, наука. Here you can say, oh, why are you talking about наука? It doesn't look like a cognate at all, but it is. So na is kind of prefix, yeah. But now Russian linguists, they say that it is the whole root, but generally na is prefix, uk is root, yeah. And here you need to know that sometimes in this root we have changing between k and ch, yeah. Then another word that is cognate in Russian language is ученый, ученый, it is a scientist. What else do we have? Okay, we have many different Russian verbs with different prefixes. For example, научиться, научиться. It means finally you studied, and you know how to do it. For example, there is a good example. Я научилась плавать. I studied how to swim, and now finally I can swim. Yeah. Я научилась плавать. Another is very similar but without prefix, so it has different meaning. Научить. Научить, to teach, yeah? Преподаватель научил студентов, как использовать этот метод. Преподаватель научил студентов, как использовать этот метод. So it means the teacher or the tutor, the professor, taught the students how to use this method. Yeah? And of course, I forgot about my profession. This is cognate in Russian, of course. Учитель. Учитель, it means a teacher, a person who teaches, yeah? And it is a masculine form, and feminine would be учительница. Учительница. Yeah, teacher too, but just a girl or a woman. Next, let's talk about students. So we have a word pupil. I don't know, I think you use this in English. At least some of my Fiona. Hello, Fiona. I remember your comment because you told me that you still use the word pupil in English in the UK. Yeah. So we say the word ученик, ученик, a schoolboy, only for kids, for boys who study in school, yeah, until they are 18, at least in Russia. Then if you go to university, you are student, student in Russian language. And then also we have, of course, a feminine form, ученица, ученица, yeah, a schoolgirl, a pupil, yeah, a girl that studies in a school, not in a university, yeah, and she is also around 18, this maximum, yeah. Okay, my dear, if you liked this Russian lesson, of course, you know what you need to do. You can hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Leave me any comment, and if you liked it very much, if it was very useful for you, of course, you can send me a donation. It inspires me and motivates me to make new videos for you. Thank you a lot. This is not good to use, I remember. Thank you, Clive, for explanation. Many thanks, my dear Russian learners, and see you soon. Увидимся скоро. Пока-пока. Bye-bye.